G'day, trendsetters and bedwetters. It's the old Gooserooter here from Geraldine. So I was talking to someone the other day about thoughts and feelings and how hard it is to describe a thought. Over the years, people have said to me that I talk in riddles and tongues. But once I've finished my ramblings and get to the punchline, they say it's a perfect analogy of life. There is a big difference between describing thoughts and describing feelings. So you go to the doctor and you explain your pain, or you go to a shrink to unravel that mess in your head called a thought. So when you go to the doctor, you can describe the pain as burning, itching, stabbing, or pins and needles type of pain. But to describe a thought to a shrink is one of the hardest things to do. And yeah, I know this firsthand, as I've spent many hours, speaking to shrinks, trying to unravel a mess in my head, trying to describe the thoughts rattling around in the head, and it is very hard to do. But the first thing I can tell you is I have never seen a long black leather couch to lie down on like you see in the movies. Describing a feeling that is difficult to put into words is very challenging, but I'll try and do my best to help you express it. So when attempting to convey a indescribable feeling, you can use various approaches. You can use analogies of life, which I often talk about. And analogy of life is kind of like someone standing on the side of the road. They hear the roar of the Mac coming down the road, and here's Robbie cruising on past and listening to the growl of the engine. And it resonates deep within their being. And then they hear the sound of the Jake brakes that sounds so awesome that it could put a horn on a snowman. So that's like an analogy of life. And then you've got a sensory imagery. So imagine yourself standing in a vast field at dawn, just as the sun begins to peek over the horizons. And as a farmer, you've spent countless hours tending to your crops, feeling that earth between your calloused hands and witnessing the cycle of growth and harvest. And in that moment, as you stand amidst the golden stalks of the wheat and barley, that sense of awe and contentment fills your chest. So if you see the difference between those two, and then you've got emotional content, and it's kind of like a combination of both of those experiences. A farmer connects to the land, and Robbie, connects to the sense of power in the Mac, and they're sort of intertwined. It's that mixture of groundness, purpose, and that indescribable sense of fulfillment that comes with fulfilling one's duty from working hard and seeing the fruits of your labour. So there is a lot of different ways to describe everything, but the biggest thing is trying to explain that thought in your head. And these feelings cannot easily be explained because they're deeply personal yet universal. And it's a humbling realization that you're part of something bigger. The harmony of man and nature, that the symbolization between the tilled land and the roaring engine. It's a feeling that encompasses both the serenity of the vast expanse and the unyielding strength of a well-oiled machine. So thoughts are words you're trying to find to describe what you're feeling. And they may fall short of capturing its essence. It's a feeling that speaks directly to your soul, helping connect you through shared experiences and that profound emotion that only you can feel but you can't express. And it's just like, over the years, trying to talk to the shrinks about the thoughts going around in my head. One of them come back to, just when you hear those wee negative voices in your head, they're like there, but they're also over here, and they're just annoying. And one of the ways I used to describe them was the annoying light under the door when you're trying to sleep but someone's out in the lounge, and just that, that wee glow coming under the door, or in the morning when it's just daylight outside and you want another half hour's sleep, yet the daylight's sneaking through, between the gaps in the curtains. And it is the biggest thing is explaining a thought. And even I still have trouble with it, and I've been dealing with stuff going around in my head for years and years and years. But hopefully what I've said to you there does make sense, that you can sort of, might help unravel the thoughts in your head between, that sensory imagery of the feeling, as opposed to an analogy of life. So let us know if it does make sense. Let us know if it doesn't make sense, because that's half the problems with the thoughts in our heads, is we don't know when or what's making sense. But anyway, that's just my thoughts, because actually the thing that brought all this up was, years ago, the old man, if you said, I thought it was this, well, the old man would turn around and say, well, you know what thought? And I was like, no, what's that? Thought he was swimming in the ocean. But he woke up and he realised he'd wet his bed. But anyway, that's just my thoughts for now. I'll talk to you later on.